Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Take on Tottenham. My name is Ben and this is my take on Tottenham, and full-time result is Tottenham 1, Liverpool 3, and where to begin with this game? So poor, so poor. I've got so many notes on it as well, and it's the whole thing was just poor from minute 1 to minute 95. It was just been an absolute shit show of a match, and honestly, it's so frustrating to watch. Where to begin? Well, probably the best place is the starting lineup, because a lot of people weren't happy about the starting lineup, partly because it included two right backs or two right wing backs. It had Aurier and Doherty in the same team. We then realised that they were playing a back three and obviously two wing backs, which we've done before. We did it literally last week against Sheffield United. Thing is, it works against Sheffield United. It was never going to work against Liverpool. And it's just starting the match almost in a negative manner. We're already starting almost like we're behind, and we're not. Doherty himself has not really been in any good form to warrant a starting place anyway. And then to sort of see him playing on the left side is just confusing in itself. So obviously people were quite negative going into the match, let alone during it. And what a shot! Doherty, I thought, had an absolute shocking match. Poor passing. I'll tell you, this epitomised Doherty's performance tonight. There was a situation where Liverpool managed to get in behind, and then between Dyer and Davies, they managed to sort themselves out and get out of danger. I think it was Salah who was causing a few issues for them. Managed to get out of danger, passed it to Doherty. All of a sudden, you're thinking, right, let's push up the pitch. For some reason, then Doherty turns around, tries to pass it back to Dyer, and somehow gives it straight to Salah. And then all of a sudden, Liverpool attack. And despite what people say, I know they went 8 hours without scoring, Liverpool, but they've got one of the best front three in the world, in the country, in whatever. You know, you can't just give them chances; they will score. Unfortunately, that is basically what happened tonight. Doherty pretty much gave the ball away like straight to Liverpool about 5 or 6 times tonight, and it's just like simple passing as well. It's not like the Eric Dyer thing where he would try a long ball and it just goes straight to an opposing player. He literally was struggling with short passing to his teammates, and it was going to Liverpool players, and it just wasn't good enough. He's not been good enough this season, and I don't even know where to begin with it. Sonny, I thought Sonny had a poor game tonight. He you know, for as good as Spurs started with the positive start, obviously the goal was ruled out for the little bit of leather that was on the edge of his heel on his boot was offside. But I understand the whole offside stuff now. It is getting a bit tedious, but he was offside. But apart from that, Sonny didn't really do too much tonight. He did a lot of running, but it looked a very frustrated figure. And obviously, once Kane went off injured, he's not really going to play to his strengths, because obviously those two work so well together. So really poor game for Sonny. The first goal, oh god, the first goal was so bad. It was so bad. The Premier League, it's like Sunday League defending, or under 13s or under 12 defending. It was so bad. Right before half time, we've seen Spurs get bit by this once again from the conceding before half time. Right before, and literally the last kick of the game, of the first half. I think it was whoever played the ball over to Mane. Mane looked offside. Guess what? He wasn't, because Ben Davies was somehow keeping him on. And then Mane put the ball in for Firmino, who always scores against Spurs. Between Dyer and Lloris, did not know what to do. Dyer left it for Hugo. Hugo left it for Dyer. Guess what happened? Firmino scored again. Like, it's so bad. Especially when you watch it back on the replay. It's so bad. And I come back again and I'm going, Why aren't we in for a centre back? Why are we not strengthening that defence? We all know that the defence is the bit of this team that needs to strengthen it. We don't need any help up front. Okay, we've got Son, we've got Kane, Bergwijn, Bale. So what we want about Bale, but there's attacking. We're covered in options. Defensively, we've got Dyer, who still to this day has not convinced me that he's a starting centre back. He's convinced Jose because they speak sweet Portuguese together, but I'm not convinced by Dyer at centre back. And he's had good games. Man City, of course, fantastic with Toby, but I'm still not convinced. And I just wish we could go in for a Skriniar, for I can't remember the guy from Leipzig, but is it Sabitzer or something like that? And it's just so frustrating. It's so frustrating. It's so avoidable as well. It's probably the most annoying thing about it all. And the half time, right? So the subs happened at half time. Harry Kane has gone off injured. We don't know the severity of that injury. Hopefully it's not too bad, but what's a season at Tottenham Hotspur without Harry Kane getting injured for a lengthy period? So he went off. Aurier took off as well. I've heard there was an injury there, but I'm not sure. And Doherty remains on the pitch. I'm kind of if I was playing this on FIFA or anything, as we all think we are, like FIFA, Football Manager, we think we can make these decisions really easily. I would have taken, injuries aside, I would have taken Doherty off for Toby and threw Toby into the centre back and then moved Davies from the centre back to the left wing back position where Doherty was playing. This didn't happen. We got the two massive game changers in Harry Winks and Eric Lamela coming on, because you know how much teams start fearing us when Lamela and Winks come on. It was just, they're very questionable subs. They're not the sort of subs that I think anybody would have made to try and change the game around. I know Winks had a great game against Wickham, but Wickham and Liverpool are a bit, there's a bit of a contrast between them. So no one was really happy by seeing those subs get made. And I sort of question why have we got Vinicius if you're not going to give him any minutes? He's there to provide cover / competition for Kane. He's a striker. Why have we not just brought Vinicius on for Kane? I don't know, but he went for Lamela and Winks. And then Bale came on with 5 minutes left, which, was great. What annoyed me about that it was the same thing that Dele's been shafted with. That it's the throw him on with 5 minutes left, and then he can't complain. You can't complain that I'm not playing him, but then also you're not giving them enough time to do anything. What is Gareth Bale going to do with 7 minutes left to play? What is he going to do? Nothing. He's not done really much anyway this season when he's when he has played, but 7 minutes, we're not going to change the game in 7 minutes. And then obviously we come out for the second half, concede pretty much immediately after that. Dyer, and the whole move started from Eric Dyer giving the ball away. The whole move started. He passed it straight to a Liverpool player, and they came at us, and guess what? They scored. Nice and easy. And you know what? It wasn't just Dyer, it was Hugo as well, because he parried that ball out. It was so amateur-like. And it's the first time I'm really criticising Hugo this season. He's been really good this season. Some of the best form of his career with us, especially. But tonight was probably his worst game this season. I thought he played poor. The first goal, out of fault. The second goal, out of fault. It's just not good enough. It's really not. So obviously we started the second half on the back foot. Then all of a sudden Højbjerg scored an absolute stunner. And I have to say, Højbjerg and Ndombele tonight, for me, the only two that actually gave a damn. They literally were the only ones that were trying to make something work. The two in the middle of the park. And that's it really. We went 3-1 down. We nearly went 3-1 down. It went to VAR because it was a handball against Firmino, I think. But I was watching the goal. Doherty, The ball went out onto our right side, their left, and I'm looking where Doty is, and he's coming back from the halfway line, and Liverpool are in our area, and I'm just like, it's like last season's Serge Aurier like positioning. Terrible, but luckily it got chalked off. And then obviously inevitable happened that they did go 3-1 up. And like, I'm not going to jump on Joe Rodon like that much about it. We all know it was a big mistake. You can't do that. It was poor defending. But I'm not going to just jump on him and say it's his fault. He's terrible because, you know, he's fairly new to this side still. I mean, I wouldn't have started him personally tonight, but it was a big mistake. You can't do them, and he will learn that in time. You know, it's his first season in the Premier League, and he'll pick these up, and he'll hopefully see this and then learn from the mistake. But it was poor, and like I said, it's you're going to get punished, especially when you play Liverpool. You're going to get punished, and it just summed up the night. Really, it was just a poor attempt from Tottenham Hotspur. I think 70 minutes in, we had 3 attempts on goal and 2 on target. Compared to Liverpool, who had played 8 hours without scoring, who had 14 attempts on goal at that point. So I will not have any of this Jose coming out afterwards saying, oh, the better team lost. Liverpool were the better team. They were the better team in the first match. We just had better chances of them in the first match. This match was terrible. It was absolutely shocking. It screamed, and I'm sorry if I go on a bit of a rant now, but I've wrote all these things down. It's a team that seemed to be lacking passion. It seemed like a team that was lacking ambition. It seemed like a team that just gave up at 3-1 when there was still time to do anything. Spurs of all clubs know that a 3-goal lead is, you know, West Ham proved that you can still claw it back if you show enough passion and enough drive and enough ambition to try and make the thing, make it happen and try and grind out the result. Spurs gave up at 3-1. They gave up, and it was absolutely shocking. I saw players strolling. I think Liverpool were knocking around at the back. Sonny, Bergwijn, you know, even Ndombele, just all nonchalant, just strolling around, you know, not really even bothering to chase the ball. Run to the ball, chase them down, put pressure on them. It's so frustrating. There was no fight either. There was just no fight. And I just gave up. I gave up when I like the players, I gave up at 3-1 because I was watching a team that had no wanting to get back into the game. They knew the game was gone at 3-1. And it just showed, and it was all done within that time. So very frustrating performance, very frustrating result. We've got a win against Brighton now on Sunday night. We have to. I don't know really what else to say. We've got Chelsea after that, but Spurs have it's so poor. I think everyone's accountable tonight. It's not just a manager. This is not just a player's situation. Jose, it was a poor lineup, poor tactics. Once again, negative football. I'm not saying I want him out at all. I'm just annoyed on this result and this performance. I just felt like we set up wrong against Liverpool. The back five was not. It just no. And then the players themselves. I mean, you've got people like Harry Winks coming out saying I should be in the team. I'm annoyed that I'm not getting first team football and all that. Show us why. You can't just stick in a performance against a non-league team or a League 2 team and then expect to play, or a Europa League team. You can't just put in a performance against them. Granted, yes, I understand you need minutes to show why you should be in the team. But again, did Harry Winks change the game when he came on? No, not really. Did Lamela change the game when he come on? No, not really. Did Bale change the game when he come on? No, not really. And you look on the bench, and would anybody really, Lucas, would he have changed the game? Probably not. And it's just demoralising, and we'll just have to see what happens with Kane as well. But I'm out now. That's done me for the week now. So we'll see what happens against Brighton. I'm sorry about the rant, but I'm really pissed off. So I will see you guys in the next video. If you have liked what you've seen, please hit the like button and subscribe and all that stuff. And let me know what you thought of that god-awful performance. Well done, Liverpool, by the way. I don't want to take anything away from Liverpool. They played very well. And yeah, probably, you know, they deserved the win. I'm not going to do any of that Jose stuff. They deserved the win. They were the better team. And yeah, we'll go again against Brighton, I guess. So I'll see you guys in the next video. And as always, come on, you Spurs.